Okay, we're at Cedar Point, Kansas. And what I'm getting ready to show you is very, very cool. It's actually a mill, an old abandoned mill. It's got keep out signs all over. I'm not going to go in, I'm just going to go walk by it. But I hear rushing water. So let's go down and see what we can find. Here's the old mill. Oh wow. That sounds like quite rushing water. Now I don't know if we can see it or not. But we're going to try. Oh yeah, look at this. Check this out. There's the mill. The old mill. Now look at this. Look what we found today. Oh wow. Huh. Look at that. Wow. That is super cool. I've been down this Highway 50 off and on for years and years. And I've never thought to pull over to see what might be in some of these little out of the road, off the road places. Wow. Okay, well let's go see what else we can see. I want to get closer to this mill. Oh wow, this is just too cool. I think they're trying to restore it. But we're not going to get anywhere. We're not going to go in or nothing like that. I think that's just so cool. And there are a lot of old buildings here. We're going to go check these old buildings out. Let's go over here and take a look. It says no hunting and no trespassing. Oh, look up there. 1875. Drinkwater and Shriver, something like that. Let me zoom in. It says Drinkwater and Shriver, 1875 is what that says. Okay. 1875. That is just, oh, over the door, there's actually a star in the middle, and it says Wyoming Mills. Wyoming Mills. I tell you what, I'm going to do some research and find out about this Wyoming Mills. If I do, I will include it on a update. I will do an update though. Well, let's go over here. Now they do have at least one newer building. Then of course they got this big blue building down here. Of course there's a Caterpillar. It's got Chase County on it. Okay, let's just take a gander, a peek. big blue building down there. And then here's these two buildings. Let me get across the street. And it looks like it might say hardware on that window. This was a hardware store. How cool is that? You can barely make it out. But let me get up here and see if I can zoom in on that. You can barely make it out, but that's hardware. This was a hardware store. Of course, it's completely collapsed in. There's just nothing left. Let's go over here so we can get a look at this old building. And it's completely collapsed in as well. Look at that tin ceiling. That's a tin ceiling. Now I have no idea what this was, of course. All I see is no smoking signs, but nothing that might tell what that old building used to be. Well, let's go over here. Historic, the sign over here says Historic Heritage Trust Fund. Yeah, I think what they plan on doing is restoring that mill. Wyoming Mills. I've got to remember that. There's a fairly new bank over here. Well, it's a newer building, so we're going to just kind of bypass that. Well, let's go down here across the street. Oh, there's some old gas pumps over here too. Now this has, I'm going to show you this building. It looks like the front of it's been renovated a little bit. But that actually says 1923 DWELLE. Now that's the best that I can get it. But it does look like the storefront's been redone. And then here's another older building. And it is completely covered up. And there's no information as to what that building was. But let's go over here. Now here you go. I think I'm going to stand right here to get a better look at these buildings. There's an old Pepsi machine. Check that out, an old Pepsi machine. And I wanted to show you too over here. There's two old gas pumps. Huh, check that out. Now this has probably all of it. I'm not going to go over there. That's why I'm doing the video from across the street. But there's two old gas pumps. And now there again, I have no idea what this building was. It could have been anything. And of course there's that old Pepsi machine. Look at that. Oh, that's an oldie. And there's some more old gas pumps down here. Wow. That's cool. Okay, well, that's just all that's here. So, I think we're going to go on. There may be some other things we might run across, but find this old mill. That was really cool. Here in Cedar Point, Kansas. It's literally just right down the road from Clements, the ghost town of Clements, Kansas. So, we're going to go on for now and see what else we can find. So we'll be back a little bit. Maybe. Okay, this will be part 2. I got a newspaper, an article here by the Kansas City Star. Tearing off a 1903 edition, revealing a mystery. A large stone over the door reads Wyoming Mills, although the mill was known as Drinkwater and Shriver. And here's a picture of the mill. It says, originally the Cottonwood River flowed through the basement of the 1875 limestone mill in Cedar Point, Kansas, powering a paddle wheel that turned belts for a grist mill to make flour from wheat and corn. Kansas City developer Dan Clothier, who renovated the freight house in the Crossroads Art District, has taken on a labor of love restoring an abandoned 1875 mill in Chase County, Kansas, town of Cedar Point. Recently, Clothier tore off a metal-clad addition that hid the mill's facade from view for over 112 years. So what you're looking at has been covered up for 112 years. Wow-wee. And it goes on. The back side of the abandoned limestone mill soars 4 stories into a tree canopy from the tea-colored Cottonwood River that laps at its base. It just goes on. A brace history, that's quite a long article. But that was really fascinating, if nothing else. So they did not know that was there when they tore off an addition that covered that up. They found this Wyoming Mills. Wow, that is really cool. Okay, I had to add that on because I didn't see it at first. So, all right, well, we're going to go on, and we'll be back here in a little bit.